Hi, this is Michelle. I'm 21 and nearing the end of my journey as a teenager. My journey would have been a lot easier if I'd had this site to guide me, so I want to give you an idea of what's here so that you can take advantage of it. Basically, this site is designed to support us in being the author of our lives versus just letting life happen to us. Everyone's journey will be different, but the basics of our heroic journeys are common to all teenagers. I'm going to make 7 points about our journey as teenagers, 4 points about our power as teenagers, and 4 points about how to use the site to manage the journey experience. There is a lot here for any teenager, so the key is to just be curious and follow your interest. Basically, as teenagers, we are on a 10-year heroic journey from childhood to young adulthood. It might sound strange, but our journey is literally a heroic journey, just like in the myths or in the Hunger Games or Harry Potter. Just like in the myths, we have to leave our known world of childhood and venture forth into the unknowns of being a teenager, where we are challenged and tested in lots of ways, and we grow and develop in the process, becoming young adults. So here are the 7 points I want to make. First, the heart of our journey is about each of us becoming the author of our lives. We go from being dependent children to independent young adults. We go from others determining what we will do to us getting better and better at making decisions and determining the course of our lives. Second, we face 3 core challenges on our journey. We must form an identity as a young adult, and that now includes our online identity. We must develop a whole range of new and more mature relationships, which can be with peers, parents, romantic partners, or other adults. And we must build a whole range of competencies, from academic competencies and self-management competencies to the competencies required to live as an independent young adult. Third, we are tested in 3 different ways by these challenges. We must let go of all the old ways of childhood, discover and master the new ways of young adulthood, and deal with a long period of being in between childhood and young adulthood, called in-betweenity. I think in-betweenity was hardest for me. Fourth, we will grow physically, intellectually, emotionally, socially, and spiritually. Our growth won't always be obvious, and unfortunately, most of that growth will take place outside our comfort zones. That's just the way it works. Fifth, the journey will be a roller coaster experience. There are lots of emotional ups and downs, as well as successes and setbacks along the way. Sometimes I went in directions I liked, and sometimes I got pulled or thrown in directions I didn't like. On the roller coaster, there are 3 key capabilities that we develop on the journey and prepare us for adulthood. We develop our courage to keep taking on new things, we develop our ability to persevere even in the darkest times, and we develop our resilience, our ability to bounce back. Sixth, what matters is our trajectory on the journey. It's a 10-year journey, not a semester course. So the key is whether we keep moving forward and dealing with our 3 core challenges, or are stuck or going in reverse. My journey has certainly been a roller coaster, but it's been an upward track overall, even with all the downs and setbacks along the way. Seventh, it is critical to be connected to others on the journey. I'm not the most social person, so I've had to work at developing relationships. I've gotten better with experience, but I'm still kind of jealous of my peers that just seem so easily to form those connections. There's a quote by a guy named Steve Maraboli that I wish I had known at the beginning of my teen journey. Life doesn't get easier or more forgiving, we get stronger and more resilient. So, what are the 4 sources of power that we can draw on for this journey? First is the power of understanding. For example, the 7 points I just talked about. If we know what to expect and what's normal and natural, we have power. Second is the power of action. Being curious, capturing our thoughts, trying things, getting outside our comfort zones. There are 6 strategies for managing the journey on the site that anyone can adapt for themselves. Third is the power of connecting. Heroes never go alone in the myths and stories, and neither should we. We can connect to peers, trusted adults, groups and organizations, face-to-face and online. And fourth is the power of belief, in ourselves and in the journey. That can be tough in the beginning and at the toughest parts of the journey, but we can believe and draw on that power. Here's another quote I like by a physician named Atul Gawande. You may not control life's circumstances, but getting to be the author of your life means getting to control what you do with them. This is a really big site, so here are the 4 keys to using it effectively. 1. Be curious. Just go to any part of the site that is of interest at any particular time. The site is really big, so just wander wherever your curiosity takes you. 2. Use the worksheets, which are really thought catchers, to capture any thoughts you have and save them. You'll be glad you did because you will have a lot of thoughts on the journey and it's easy to lose them. 3. Talk with others. Talk with peers and trusted adults about the journey. Life is a series of heroic journeys, some large and some small, so it's a common experience and it's most successful when we support each other. 4. Keep at it. Remember, it's a journey and it's not about completions. It's about your trajectory over time. Progress won't be even, so persevere and be resilient. To get started in being curious, just go to any of the main sections on the site. The 3 core challenges: identity, relationships, and competencies. What we can expect on the journey, how we can manage the journey, and the section on special topics, other resources, and quotes. I'll end with a great quote by an unknown author that has helped me deal with my journey. You're not going to master the rest of your life in one day. Just relax, master the day, then just keep doing that every day.